Alright, I've been thinking about how I want this all to work, and I think I've got a setup that finally does work. Although, golems are pretty derpy, so you never know. Let's see here. So, I have... This guy is disabling these two seals for now, so they will not go and plant anything at the moment. I've got white seals that put down wood. I've got orange seals that put down stone. I've got the blue seal right here, which is for him, the light blue seal, so he'll break blocks. I've got him filtered so he won't break daisies, wood, stone, or the green glass. For some reason, he's breaking the green glass, which he shouldn't be, but he does, so I had to add that to the whitelist. I've got my Solagnolia, so I won't be taking things I shouldn't be taking over here. And I've got my guys over here that provide stone and wood. And I've got my store seal over here, and there's a collect seal over here. I put him out a one farther than it is because when he breaks these blocks or these blocks, sometimes they fall one block space over. So I want to get the collect a little bit wider than the actual break range, just to make sure. So let's see what happens when we turn it all on. So he is taking stuff out of the drawer over here, and they are planting it over there. So that's good. That's what's supposed to happen. And in about a minute, we should see those transform. He should break those, and he should collect it. Now, as for what I'm doing with it, I put it back in this drawer, and I get things out of the drawer, but they're coming from these interfaces. They're being pulled out with item conduits and put in there, and then any living wood or living rock gets dumped back into the interfaces and imported into the system. These detectors say stop when we have more than 256 of either living rock or living wood, respectively. So, hopefully, that's what will happen now. So, has it been a minute? Okay, so the transformations start happening, and this guy goes and grabs stuff and puts it away. Okay, yeah. I would say this is a pretty complete build. I will say I will probably never make this particular build again with Thaumcraft 6 because using used seals and provisioning them just really hurts my arm. Just all the little clicks you have to do over and over and over again. That's just, it's too much. So I will go for an easier way. I mean, this was fun. Don't get me wrong, it was, but you know, also a little bit irritating. I wanted to note, I did put this guy, I put his home out here. I'm hoping he'll, walk back over here, because sometimes he'll stand in the block space, and the used golems will sit there trying to jam the block where he's standing, and just failing over and over and over again. So I'm hoping by putting him here, rather than over here, he'll leave the block space. But we'll see. I may have to put him, like, out here or something. But, this should be a working system. I'm redoing the Britannia area a little bit. I made a little greenhouse area, so got some green glass going on. And I went ahead and made an arcane lamp to get light in here. And I got these barriers so they can come in here. So this area should be fairly protected. So, there we go. That should keep at least 4 stacks of living wood and living rock in the system at all times. I really don't think we'll ever need more than that unless, we want to use it to build something. And I can always change when that happens, so it shouldn't be a problem. I did bump up the tree farm so that it will be storing 512. And I noticed that when you dump saplings into here, it puts it in the first place, and if that's full, it goes ahead and voids them. So I took all the saplings out of here, put them in here, so I can get twice the number of saplings. So hopefully that'll work out a little bit better. I also noticed I am running very low on coal, so I'm thinking my power really isn't as good as I was hoping it was going to be. So we must be going through tons and tons of red coal, which is a problem because I was using that to, A, for power, and B, to make mana in Britannia. So I'm going to need to find a way to up the production of red coal if I want to keep using that. I mean, I could stop using it, but so, you know, maybe we'll do something to make the tree farm more productive. Maybe we could put an arcane lamp of growth out here and get that working faster, or some other mechanic to make the trees grow faster. So, I don't know. I haven't thought a lot about it yet. I just know that we need more wood than we're getting right now. You know, if I always make sure to sleep through the night or turn off the quarry, the power is pretty stable. But if I don't, you know, we run very low on power at night. The quarry is using 1,000 RF per tick. And, you know, without the solar panels, we only barely get over that. So we need to do better on power. So we'll see. I don't know quite what we'll do to make that happen. I mean, I'm thinking right now to get a canola farm or a canola oil farm going and then make, you know, empowered oil and stuff. But and that's probably what I would do, but, you know, I have to make a few more things. I did make a couple other changes inside. I made a second smeltery, and I'm no longer tripling gold. As you can see, we've got 7,000 gold now, so it's almost as much as iron. In fact, it was only like 100 away from iron when we were still tripling. So we're definitely getting plenty of ore. It doesn't need to be tripled, I think, anymore. I'm not going to run low and think, oh, I better triple this. No. Doubling is more than enough for what we're doing. And the Mesa is providing tons of gold for me. I did not put nickel in the smeltery because nickel and copper makes constantan. Copper and tin make bronze. And nickel and iron make invar. So there's no smeltery of the two I have where nickel can go that it won't mix with something and make an alloy that I may not want. So I decided to keep processing that in the machine, which is fine because I changed the machine over here so he processed nickel, and instead of the speed augments, I put these auxiliary sieves. So he should get more secondary outputs, which is good because nickel is the only way we are getting platinum right now. And we're low on platinum, which is why all my machines are signalum and not resonant tier. I don't have enough platinum to make that. So it'd be nice to get more platinum. It's been running for a while, so maybe I have a little bit of platinum. I'm not really sure. I've got 20 ingots. That's really not very much at all. So, you know, we're going to need to do something to get more platinum. So that was my first idea. I mean, it's more than I had. It's not as much as I want, but it's more than I had. So, you know, we could. It's helping. It's just not helping significantly. So I'm thinking of maybe trying for a Botania Orchid or maybe the Industrial Foregoing laser system to look for platinum. So those are options, and that might be the way I go. The one problem with the laser system is it is incredibly power hungry. So we're going to need to improve our power before we do that. We'll have to do that. So I could always turn off the quarry. You know, I don't really even need the quarry right now. We've got so much ore right now. So, you know, I might just go ahead and turn the quarry off for a little while until we can get better power. So, you know, with the quarry off, we just have tons and tons of power. So, are you still running? You are still running. It's odd that you're so low on power. I'm wondering what all the power use is for right now. I'm thinking that it's filling up that million RF buffer that I have sitting over there at the quarry. So it's still probably taking 1,000 RF per tick, even though we're not using that. Let's see if we can verify that. Let's go over to the Mesa and see what happens. So if we set this to the Mesa, no, he's full, and he is not quarrying. He's on chunk 20 of 90. Yeah, I did a really big area for this one. So which is fine. You know, we'll want that, but you're definitely not the problem right now. So where is all of our power going? Now, maybe I just caught it at the end, and that's what's going on, because I don't think we should be using that much power, really. Okay, you know what? I think I did catch at the end of that, so I must have just filled the buffer, because, yeah, we're down to 417 now, and that makes more sense to me. That's pretty much exclusively the RS system. It's bumping up now. I'm going to guess it's making... Yeah, it's making more fuel and pulverizing things. So, you know, when these kick on, it's short in duration, but it's a huge drain of energy. You know, this will use 200, and the same for, I think, all of these, maybe? Yeah, so 800 RF per tick to run that just for a little bit. So, yeah. So, we definitely need to improve our power situation. Here is the second smeltery. I did make a way to get clear glass. The only thing I don't like about making clear glass with a smeltery is that it's very slow. I've added 4 of these guys dedicated just to clear glass. And I didn't realize it would do this, but I guess I've got maybe 1 block stuck in a couple of them. Yeah, there's a partial block stuck here and a partial block here. You know, that's not a big deal. I don't care that much. But I did lose, you know, a block of clear glass I thought I was going to get. So if I auto process, that can be a problem. But if I only have 1 of these things, it's really slow. Even with 4, it's slow. I had to go wait for like, I think 10 minutes to get all of that green glass out there. I tried to use Andrio really clear glass, but I don't like the green tint they have. It didn't seem green to me. It seemed like the edges were green, but the rest of it was still see-through, still very transparent. And that's not the look I was going for. I didn't want to use vanilla glass either because then it's got all the lines there. So I wanted I wanted a glass that had connected textures. So, you know, this is okay. It's not great, but I can't get more clear glass whenever I need to. The rest of them are doing gold, copper, and... Oh, that's it. Gold, copper, and glass. That's all this smeltery does. So, made a few more lamps out here to keep things going. And, of course, the room is symmetric. 9x9 over here, 9x9 over here, and a little walkway in the middle where the wall would have been. So, okay, I think that's all of the changes that I've done recently. So, how are you doing? Yeah. So, we are at night right now, so we don't have any solar power. So let's fix that. I will probably add a couple more of those vibrant capacitor banks. You know, get us up to 100 million RF reserve. And it's just nice to have more power in reserve. You know, we'll use it at some point. Everything else, though, I think is working well. I'm going to go rebuild my setup for the automated mana farm over here for Britannia. And I may expand Britannia. I may, you know, break the glass and go over there or something. We'll see. Not sure what else I want to do with Britannia right now. My first step was to make sure we had enough resources, and with the automated mana generation and the automated living wood and living rock production, that's looking pretty good. So, looks like occasionally they plant the blocks and this gets stuck over here. Let's make sure he can still get that. So, to do that, we're going to dig down here. And we're going to dig down here too. And I want you to go up 1 more. And now, if one of those falls over there, he should still be able to get it. So, oh, he grabbed a piece of dirt. Okay, he's stuck now. Let's fix you. You were what, magenta? Yeah. Okay. Let me get you some magenta. And we'll put him back. That's magenta, isn't it? Yeah, it's magenta. Okay, try that again. There we go. So, will he collect? Yeah, he did. Okay. So, yeah. Now he will collect even if it gets stuck on top of a block. I mean, the block probably would have broken and it would have been shoved to the side, and that probably would have been fine. But just want to make sure that I don't see any kinks in the system. And right now, I think it's working the way it's supposed to. Let's see how much we have. We've been running this for a while. So, living. So, we have enough living wood. So, actually, did it turn itself off yet? Yes. It took a sec. It takes a while to catch up because it's going to have more stuff in there. But you can see this is going down. So, now that this is no longer exporting, eventually this guy will be empty and there won't be any more wood blocks over there. So yeah, I would say everything is working now. So all I got to do is put the dirt back and I think we're good. So I'm going to go rebuild the Britannia setup, and when I'm done, I'll come back and do something else. Alright, so I came over here a little while ago and noticed there wasn't very much solidified experience in here. So when I went to look at why, I found out that this chest was stuffed with all kinds of stuff, and all the items had just been getting voided because there was nowhere for them to go. So I did realize, or remember, or whatever, that you can actually put filters in extra utilities. So I did add a filter with all of the armor stuff in here, and then added the rest of the items I don't care about right here. So now we will be able to get rid of all the stuff that I don't care about. So let's go ahead and turn that guy back on to insert, and all that's left is this golden equipment. Now, I don't really need the gold right now, but let's say I did want to reclaim it. How could we do that? So I am going to build a system that will reclaim the gold in here, just because it feels wrong to throw this stuff away. So let's look into a way to do that. So I'm going to use a crafter from RF Tools, the Crafter Tier 2. The reason I'm using a Tier 2 is it will let us have 4 recipes inside it. So I'm going to put the crafter right up here. It does need power, so let's go ahead and get some power from this power cell. We'll go here, up one, and over. There we go. Now we'll have power. And we also need to get items in and out of the crafter. So let's put an item conduit there. And I believe that should be everything for the conduits. Now we need to tweak a couple things in the design. So first of all, we want all the items to go in here only if they match a certain filter. So we're going to need a filter for what can go in there. So let's get a basic item filter. I'm not sure basic will work, but we're going to try it first and see what happens. So what I'd like to see is, can I filter you and say I only want to insert things that are golden armor? So golden helmets and chest plates and leggings and boots. So you're going to be an insert on brown, and you are going to be an extract on brown, and you are going to be always active. That does appear to be working. Okay, so all of the slots are full right now, but that's fine. All we have to do is get a recipe. So let's go make the first recipe. It's going to be a helmet plus a helmet equals a helmet. And we want to go in the output buffer, so everything should be fine like this. We'll hit apply, and it makes helmets. So now we need to make sure it is always extracting from here. So if it does that, it will get the rest of the helmets and put them in here. Hey, we got a skeleton trophy. Cool. So if I put the helmets back, we'll get more helmets later on. but our item is backed up right now. We have to make more stuff. So let's go ahead and add a second recipe. We'll say that leggings plus leggings equal leggings, and we'll hit apply. So there we go. Once again, we get stuff out there and put more stuff in. So again with the chest plate. And finally with the boots. Oops, I forgot to hit the recipe. Try that again. There we go. So now everything's going to come in here, although it looks like we are doing some very bad things. I think that we are combining things over and over and over again, and that is not what we want to happen. So yeah, I think that we have actually been putting together broken things with unbroken things, and we would eventually reduce down to one thing. Not terrible, but you know, not where I wanted to be either. So let's see if we can solve that problem instead. Alright, that's a good wrapping up point for today's episode. Thanks for watching. The only thing I'll ever say about the bell icon, because I find it annoying too, is that it's the only way you can guarantee that YouTube recommends my videos to you. Just saying. See you next time.